How many apps does the average small business owner have to manage in order to keep things moving forward? 5, 10, 50? Answer is probably yes, a lot, to put it bluntly. And the integrations between all of those tools only exist in the mind of the business owner, oftentimes. There's no single place for them to track it all. That contributes to outrageous amounts of cognitive overload, mental fatigue, and leads to burnout for sure. My name is Logan Skees. I am a Marine veteran and co-founder of the Venture Map, where we help small service-based business owners bring order to chaos and implement systems that scale them out of their daily operations. In my own journey, I had encountered a scenario where I was frustrated and overwhelmed in a startup dealing with a array of different software applications, over 2 dozen, from project management, internal communications, external communications, website, funnels, ads, social media. The list goes on. Bringing that disparate array of software applications into harmony, into a coherent place, was my objective. I realized that underpinning the problems, feeling overwhelmed, dealing with this fragmented software space, fragmented business, was some principles. Things were moving. They were very volatile. They were rapidly changing. There was a lot of uncertainty, things we did not actually know. There was complexity, a lot of interdependencies, level upon level of detail and nuance, and seemed like an infinite sphere of rabbit holes. Every single place you look, there's something you can fall into, be it sales, be it strategy, be it fulfillment, is complex. Lastly, it was ambiguous. We had incomplete information in so many areas. So the acronym for that is VUCA. And VUCA is a acronym brought out of the military. Now, we use this acronym in discussions towards military operations that have similar principles. So it got me thinking, if both domains, private sector business and defense sector military operations, have similar first principles, what solutions do we have on the military side that could potentially be translated to an equivalent on the business side? Well, we use a tool called the terrain model. If you've heard me speaking on this before, you may have seen a few of the visual indications of the terrain model. Now, essentially, the terrain model is a visual depiction of the realities in an area of operations. It's something we overlay strategy on top of, and we translate through a type of narrative called a mission briefing. This aligns the team with a shared mental model. We call that relevant common ground in the private sector, corporate culture world. But this builds a level of alignment in the team where we can operate as a cohesive unit in the operational environment. We can operate as a cohesive unit and adapt to the requirements we face when we're out in the real world. So my colleague Jack and I decided to embark on the quest of finding an equivalent in the private sector. After many weeks and many months of searching, we were unable to find something that was a good fit for what we thought should exist. So we decided to make one for ourselves. And over the course of many years, that's exactly what we've done. We've fused together disciplines and industries from things like business architecture, service design, and operations management to build a visual environment that houses all of the information for a single business. Now, someone I was speaking with recently told me, Logan, this is daunting. Seeing the entire thing is daunting. Not everyone has to have this information in their minds. For example, the president of the company doesn't need to know the nuanced intricacies of a sales funnel. And our individual contributors, our team members, they don't need to see the entire picture. And to that I say, I agree with you. That's why we abstract certain elevations of this and represent it towards those who only need enough information to make effective decisions and execute effectively. So for example, in the case of presenting a sales funnel to a president of a company, we would take part of the blueprint, abstract it or simplify it and place it in a slide deck, for example. And in the case of a staff member or an individual contributor, we could use this as an orchestrator, as a manager, to guide them into what they're working on, what's happening upstream, what's happening downstream of their workflow, but ultimately use this to be precise while not losing the big picture in our own minds. This is designed for operators. This is designed for small business owners, specifically in service-based businesses who want to implement systems that scale them out of daily operations. All too often, business architecture has historically been a discipline that is placed within large organizations, big enterprises, way out of touch for the Main Street USA, way out of touch for the little guys, so to speak. Now, if you begin trying to wrap your head around some of the work products or deliverables that come out of business architecture, there's quite a number of them. Just within one of the subdomains of business architecture, being strategy, you can see there's dozens of different types of deliverables. Now, we've done our best over the years to cut through dozens of books and courses and discussions with mentors and industry thought leaders to assemble an amalgamation, a fusion of the best practices. But the point is, business architecture is not for the faint of heart. To learn, much less to assemble an entire business architecture knowledge base and apply it in a meaningful way. Not to mention service design or service blueprint is like a user experience journey map on steroids, defining the levels of interaction, and it can be quite complex. Not to mention if you're building that from traffic channels through your funnel into sales and all the way through fulfillment, that can be daunting. Now, that also is daunting when it's considered, when you stack that on top of project management, when you stack that on top of performance management, tracking the application or allocation of bandwidth from your team, whether your team is just you or a small handful of people or even several dozen people as a small business owner. But again, to tie this around, someone told me the other day, Logan, this is daunting to look at. I said, well, it's a whole lot less daunting than keeping all of that in your own head and across 24 different tools. That's a fact. Because whether it's in one single integrated, coherently visualized place or scattered across a disparate, fragmented array of poorly connected software apps, you still have to be responsible for it. You still have to be competitive in the market and deliver quality service to your customers and a cultural workplace and a work environment for your staff. This is a tool that leverages the insights and best practices, not just from the military, but also from disciplines that span generations in the business world. The great news is you don't have to spend years learning the intricacies of business architecture or service design or even project management to benefit from their principles, benefit from the work products or the material outcomes that they can deliver for your business. Now, with the combination of rigorous effort from our team to fuse all of this together into a tapestry of best practices, of SOPs, and enable large language models like GPT to understand all of that and visualize it, you're able to get a venture map for your small business. And what used to take months and tens of thousands of dollars for just a few bucks and a few weeks, like that. That's what we built here, and you can have that for your business. If you are interested in finding out more, click the link below, book a time on my calendar to connect. We can sync up for 10 or 15 minutes. Just for your time, I'll give you a custom trained ChatGPT on your business information that you'll be able to get in under a week by answering only 5 questions. It'll be quick, it'll be free, and it'll be, my goal is that you'll get way more value from our time together than you'll ever have invested with your time and energy into it. And who knows, if we decide to move forward, you can have one of these for yourself. So thanks for watching. If you've got questions, drop them in the comment below. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you want to continue seeing content like this, and I'll see you in the next one.